Hello everyone, I'm Tom, volunteer coordinator at Story Brumbo, and I'm very excited this morning. I'm currently waiting for our first batch of Dig Experience attendees to arrive. They'll be here in about an hour. It's a group of students and enthusiasts, and they're going to be amongst the very first people to dig inside our brand new Fossil Forest building. Okay, so we're here with
Louis.
And Louis going to tell us about what we've been finding in Pit 1 on this first weekend.
So, hi everybody. What we've managed to find is a couple of in situ calamites, and so these are sort of equisetophitalian sperm, and these are really, really cool, and they're sort of coming out of the rock in situ. We found two major ones here, and there's a small one actually just over here, and then in this block here we've broken off. We found the top of a small one, which seems to actually go down further into the rock. Obviously, the hope is that they're all connected in some way. We've also found a couple of flattened, washed up ones, and some of them actually appear a bit coalified, and which is quite interesting. And so maybe they've been secondarily deposited later on during a flood. But the hope is that these are in situ. Cheers.
Okay, it's day 1 of block 2. We've just started excavating pit 2, and we're here with...
I'm Benji, and this is Ryan, and we're from the University of Portsmouth. And what we've got here is one of the big tree-like things you get at Brumbo Fossil Forest. So this is an arborescent lycopod, and this is an impression of a pith cast that we've got here. So this is the B side, and you can see all the sort of outside of the tree, basically printed on the rock here. This is the actual tree that we've got. It's kind of pinched at the top. And we're trying to see how far down it goes and sort of get out this surrounding sediment.
We're hoping that it goes down a few meters and there's another big stig for us to show off. Hello, we're down here at Pit 3. We've just started this excavation today and we've already got some really good finds.
So we were just sorting through this small area. Do you want to have a look? Of B4, is it?
Yes, this is the mudstone layer right at the bottom of the strata that we're working with. And
we're just flipping through some of the loose bits of sediment and came across this really small, delicate fern.
So this is a really good find. This is mega because this is a fern called Zilleria fosteri, and it's the only true fern we get. And it's the rarest one here because it's only described at Brumbo. It was first found here and named after Andrew Foster, who was one of the people who found the site in the first place. We haven't got much of it, and we've just found a load more, so we're really chuffed.
So, hello, my name's Ewan Titcombe. I am one of the volunteers here at the Brumbo Fossil Forest, and I'm also a University of Portsmouth master's student. What we've got here is our second day of Pit 2, or our tree pit. Being a loose term, arborescent lycopods, a bit more accurate. If we come around this side, we can see down here the impression of the bark of the tree. And then here, this black stuff is the lignite, which is actually the tree preserved as coal. And as we're going down this pit, about 30 centimeters down, we're starting to find pith casts of calamites, or giant horsetails. And we're actually finding these trapped inside of the rock as they were when they were alive, when they were smothered and preserved in flooding events. So as you can see here, sticks on kind of nicely just there, and you can follow it all the way. And this block's actually on its side right now. So the tip of my foot is actually the top. Oh, there we are. So just here is the top of the calamites. So it would have sprouted out and pushed upwards, and for whatever reason it stopped. We're hoping to eventually find the cast of the tree just as we take out some more of these rocks here, and we're starting to find little branches of lepidodendron as well, just down here. So it's a tiny little branch there, very dense leaves, yet to be identified. But yeah, progress is going well. It's going nice and steady, and hopefully by the end of the day, we'll go just a little bit deeper and I continue on this project. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Kitty. I'm a geology student from the University of Liverpool. I have been up in the outcrops foraging around in the scree slopes, and I've been cracking opening the nodules, and I found Caryopteris
Carinopterus.
in the geode, and I think a nice bit of stem or something, but they're really pretty and they're shiny, and yeah, we've got more nodules to crack open. Thank you.
The nodule cracking never ends. Okay, so we're back down at pit 3. Progress is going well. This rock is really friable, so it's falling apart when we're getting stuff out. But the idea is to expose as much of each surface as we can, and then get a good picture of what was happening at each interval as we work our way down. So what have we found just now?
So I'm Hannah and I am a Bangor University student, and at the moment I've been following this route along to see how far back it goes, as well as I've found loads of these little rootlets that have come in here that have branched off from this big bit of root. So these have come from in here. So you can see just how far it's had to travel from this big root here, all in here. And what I'm also finding are lots of these delicate ferns called Zolaria, and these are really, really small. You might struggle to see them, but I'm also finding these among the roots. So I'm just breaking off the little bits of rock and just inspecting every single one to find all the lovely fossils we've got here at Brimble.
Thank you. And well, we're still only a couple days into this pit, and it's crazy.
Yeah, we've got loads and loads of stuff.
It's crazy how many of the Zolaria fostri, this rare one that we're finding here.
Yeah, I mean,
So
I've
this is
got
well exciting.
all of them are here. These are just the ones that I found in the past 10 minutes, 15 minutes. So they are everywhere.
Very cool. Thank you. Okay, so the students have started some nodule cracking, and they've literally, on the first nodules they cracked, they've made a really nice find. So we get these nodules all over the site. These are made of a mineral called siderite. It's an iron ore. And when you crack it open, you find some of the most stunning fossils that we get here. This is a leafy shoot from one of the lepidodendron, the giant club moss trees that we had on site. And these things grew to about 90 meters tall. And these are the leafy shoots that grew out the top of it when it reached maturity. They also found this one. This is a great example of Carinopteris, which is the climbing seed fern. And these things sort of scrambled and climbed up the big trees that were growing around 300 million years ago in Brumbo. Okay, so we've literally just walked up the slope to see what Rosie's up to here. And she was hammering away because you're a bit distraught because you haven't found anything so far. And just before we started filming, she cracked this one open it up. And that looks to me, because of the brown colouring, it's not black, so it's not plant material. It's segmented, so I think it's a section of arthropod. And we're going to see what we can do to expose a bit more of it, but that's a mega find. Okay, this is pit 4. Day 1, brand new pit. Massive progress already. Because of what we found in pit 1 with the fantastic standing calamites in life position, we thought we'd extend it and do another pit right next to it. And so we've got...
So we've exposed 3 here as they would have been in life, and then 1 more over there. And this rock is really hard, but we've sort of managed to dig around them so they go quite deep.
Yeah, so this top layer, this is what would eventually form the sea turf that then turned into coal. So this is sort of like the forest stabilising itself again. And when we get below that to this surface, this is the much harder sandstone that's going to be tricky to get through. So I think it's hammer time.